You're listening to the 24K Life on Vibe 106.com, the home of R&B, old school, new school, Motown, hip-hop, 90s, 80s, and more. Simply the best music 24/7. We are in the study of the Vibe House where we talk real life, real money, and being your best self. I'm your host, Derick, Gant, and every Sunday, I'm here to help you think bigger, work smarter, and become unstoppable. You know why? Because around here, we don't chase mediocrity. We dominate and walk in our divinity. This show is about living your 24K life, mastering your mind, money, body, and soul to live boldly and unapologetically at your highest level. Are you ready? Let's lock in.
I'm sure you've heard the news. Financial freedom is within your reach, thanks to Derick Gant. With over 25 years of experience, Derick's 24K life philosophy transforms everyday challenges into stepping stones for success. Imagine mastering your finances, setting and crushing your goals, and shifting your mindset to elite levels. Derick empowers you with tools for financial freedom and measurable results. His strategies are crafted to ensure you live the life you've always dreamed of. From his book to engaging workshops and online content, Derick's insights are designed just for you. Start your journey today and turn your aspirations into achievements. Visit DerickGant.com. It's time to live your 24K life. Are you ready?
I'm glad you're here with me. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, welcome. Hey, click the subscribe button. If you're live on the radio, hit us up, 419-972-1922, 419-972-1922. You can reach us, text the show, let us know what you think, give us your input. We are welcoming all that and more. Hey, today we are going to get into some stuff that you've heard of before. And if you hadn't heard of it, you need to hear of it. It is called being your own bank. You've heard rappers and entertainers, promote this concept of being your own bank. And it sounds like a really, really good thing to do, just like people that are promoting day trading. Now, I'm not here to advocate for day trading. I'm not here to advocate for building your own bank. I'm here to tell you what it truly means, how it really affects the common folk, right? Because we're not ballers. We're not entertainers. We're not making $1 million a month or $2 million a month. So we need to understand how these financial concepts affect us. So who better than your boy, Derick Gant, to reach out into the system and tell you this is what they're saying, this is what they're doing, how they're benefiting from it. And man, if you can do this, let me show you the best way. That's what we're going to do today. Today is all about building your 24K life in a way that exalts you to a higher level of excellence, a higher level of results. Because here's the thing that I personally believe in the 24K life code. The only thing that matters are results. Are you getting results or not? I refuse to go to a barber whose hair's messed up. I refuse to go to a mechanic whose car breaks down. Here's the thing. We spend a lot of time listening to people talk about stuff, but we don't spend the same amount of time investigating the results of what they're talking about. Are they actually partakers of their own first fruit? Something my boy John Livingston told me one time. He says, listen, my wife called me on the carpet. I was promoting a new program, and he said that she told him, hey, before you put that out in the world, you need to make sure that that's exactly what you're doing. And if you know it or not, it's the thing that truly attracts you to people. You're attracted to entertainers. You're attracted to ball players, to actors, to successful people because the results are manifested before your eyes. You don't see them at practice. You don't see them shooting 1,000 shots every single day to perfect their game. You just see the game and you see the poetry in motion. You see the results and the ease, and you're enamored by it. You see them perform on stage effortlessly, not missing a note, but you don't see the thousands and thousands of hours that they put into it to get there. So we're going to talk about what you need to do. That's what the show is about. What do you need to do to literally produce the results that you, and I hate saying deserve, but let's be honest, you've been working your tail off And you deserve some good results. You deserve to have that little bit less stressful life, right? I'm not talking about living in a $8 million mansion. I'm talking about not worrying about the light bill, the gas bill, the water bill, or your rent, or your mortgage payment. I'm talking about the life. I ain't talking about the easy life that's floating around the internet. I'm not talking about that. I am saying to you that when you do the right things right, in the right order, in the right way, with the belief and a conviction that this is the way to do it, and you implement without hesitation, you're going to get results. You got to remember that, let's be honest, there's no weapon formed against you that can prosper. Because if you're on the right team, on the right side, doing what it takes, you can't lose. Hey, listen, you can't be afraid. You can't go out there half-baked. You got to go out full tilt, ready to go with your breastplate to protect you, your sword and your sheath, ready to go with fresh new wineskins because you deserve. You've worked. You've earned. Forget deserve. You've earned the opportunity to live a great life. Let's jump in. We're going to get into the show. Don't miss a beat. Take some notes. Ask some questions. Hit us up, 419-972-1922. This is Derick Gant, the 24K Live Show on Vibe106.com. 24K Live Show, Sundays at 2 o'clock on Vibe106.com. Tap in, level up, be the gold. Yo, you got to be the gold. You know what that means? That means that all those people I talked about a little earlier, the athletes, the entertainers, the surgeons, the teachers that are killing the game, they have tapped into their expertise. They have decided that they are the gold. They're not out there searching for gold. They are the gold. That means that they have elevated their game so high, so tough, so succinct. There's nothing that can do better than what they can do. And people will pay for that. That's the whole point that I want you to get. People will pay for excellence. You have to be excellent, though, in order to get that. Hey, we'll be right back.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But a new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life. Created by financial performance coach Derick Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindset, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
So, you know, in the Bible, King Solomon says that there's nothing new under the sun, which means that there's something always being given a new name. Same thing, new name, new title. Well, you know, the be your own bank concept, which is what it's called in general to the public, was originally called infinite banking concepts. Infinite banking concept. So if you want to Google it, research it, that's what you want to look up. Infinite banking concept. But I'm going to run through it today for you because it is a pretty decent idea if you can pull it off. If you have the ability, the time, and the resources. And I'm going to tell you all about it so that you know. Nelson Nash wrote a book called Becoming Your Own Banker in 1990. Now, I can tell you that I started in the financial service business in 1990. And I know experts that I was honored to work under, specifically the late great John F. Savage. Great man, great charismatic dude. Anyway, he was doing this concept before this book was ever written, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about being your own bank. You got the foundation. It was a book written by Nelson Nash, Becoming Your Own Banker in 1990. And the vehicle that he discusses in the book is a whole life premium insurance policy. Now, whole life insurance, and we're not going to get into the details of all the different types of insurance, but let's just agree that whole life insurance is by far the best life insurance because of the way the policy operates. And it is also, because it's the best, it's also the most expensive. It's the exact same thing I was sharing with you about being the gold. You need to be the gold. You're not looking for gold. You're not getting your pickaxe, shovel, and going to California to dig for gold like they did during the gold rush times. You are it. Stay home, dive into yourself, cut the TV off, cut off the scrolling, and dig into what you're amazing at. We've had shows on you figuring that out. We're not going to talk about that today. But you are the gold, so be the gold. If you want to be the gold t-shirt, I'm not wearing one today, but you've seen them. If you want a t-shirt, reach out to us, 419-971-1922. We'll take your messages. We'll also take your orders. Hey, listen. So here's the deal. I'm gonna walk you through how this actually works. So what you do, and you can't do this by yourself. You need to get an insurance agent, but you need to fund a whole life policy. Okay. So you buy. Funding means you buy. You put premiums into this whole life policy, and basically you're going to overfund the policy with paid up additions called PUAs, paid up additions, meaning that the more premium your cash value builds faster. So what really happens is that you're going to get insurance, and insurance basically is less than obviously the face value of what you're going to get. So if you're paying $10 for a $100,000 policy, it's a term policy, number one, $10 a month. It's a term policy. There's no value in it. But in a whole life, if you put $100 into a $100,000 policy, eventually you're going to get some cash value, like a savings account. But trust and believe, most of that $100 is going to the premium at first. But that's the cool part about a whole life policy. You can buy what they call paid up additions. And every time you buy a paid up addition, so part of that $100 is going to buy paid up additions, then that means that you're spending less on the actual cost of the insurance. You got to trust me on this, and you can do some more homework. I know it's going to get a little icky, sticky, complicated. I'm going to give you the details just so you know I know what the heck I'm talking about, but then we're going to go into the big picture of how this truly could work for you and what it really means. So here's the deal. The cash value grows, tax deferred. Listen to this very carefully. Tax deferred, not tax free, tax deferred. It grows guaranteed. So these policies have a guaranteed minimum amount of interest that they're going to pay you, and it's uninterrupted. So what happens is that as long as you don't go get the money like you do out of your savings account, it's uninterrupted. It's going to continue to grow. So here's the cool part about it. You can borrow against it. So when you need money for a car, for an investment, for a building, for a business, you can actually just take a policy loan against this whole life policy that you got. The key is that your full cash value keeps compounding or doubling. We've talked about compound interest, as if the loan never happened. So you're taking this loan, okay, and they're charging you 5 or 6% interest on the loan, but that interest is being charged back to you, and it's growing on the full amount like you never took the loan. That's one of the big kickers to the policy. And you might say, because your mama told you, my mama told me, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, right? It's probably not true. So I'm here to tell you this has been around long enough that it's true. So you can check it out. But let me finish before you go running off to your local life insurance agent. Here's the deal. When you pay the money back, so you took a loan, it's charging you interest, 5 to 6% or whatever the current rate is. You're paying the loan back, but you're paying the loan back to yourself. You get to set the terms to the payback of the loan. So it is relatively easy, and that could be a hook for a downfall also, but you're repaying yourself on your own schedule, on your own terms, and nobody's calling you for a collection, right? Not like if you don't pay your mortgage or you pay a credit card. You can repeat this process anytime you like, anytime that there's enough reserves in there. And I'm going to give you an example a little bit later, but anytime there's reserves in the policy, meaning there's a buildup of cash, you can actually do this over and over, specifically when you're paying yourself back. So that's the vehicle. That's the process. It is a loan that you're taking from yourself, from your own policy, and it is going to benefit you in a way that helps you not pay 7, 8, 9% interest to a bank because you are the bank in that scenario. So the IBC philosophy, okay? IBC, just to remind you, infinite banking concept, the IBC philosophy was founded so that no interest would flow back to you, meaning that you're not taking the money, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So instead of making Wells Fargo rich, you are the bank of Derick Gant. And that's how you start the concept. Hey, I'm going to dive more into the setup. I'm going to dive more into why it works. And then we're going to hit the full stride as to what you need to do in order to set up your own bank. This is Running from the Devil by Easy on the Tracks.
off on the worst day. Fresh one every Thursday. But I need you my worst day. Streets never let me back. Face something I always lack. Devil always on my track. Grace the only thing I lack. Swimming deep, I cannot tread. Since piling up in my head. Jesus died so I could live. Still ain't giving all I give. I keep burning for the devil. Grace keep pulling me low. Flesh keep bringing me low. God keep lifting me over. I keep running from the devil. Grace keep pulling me low. Flesh keep bringing me low. God keep lifting me over. Fell in love with the world. Chase behind every girl. Devil had me in the sun. Flesh unraveled in a fur. Yeah, I know it's wrong. Been fighting way too long. Spirit trying to be strong. Flesh keep singing devil songs. It's the devil in me. Flesh within me. God, I need you in me. Fill this void that's in me. Just trying to get home. Tired of being alone. Tired of fighting on my own. God, please lead me to the throne. Just trying to get home. Just trying to get home. Yeah. I'm trying to get home. Just trying to get home. I keep running from the devil. Grace keep pulling me low. Flesh keep bringing me low. God keep lifting me over. I keep burning from the devil. Grace keep pulling me low. Flesh keep bringing me low. God keep lifting me over. Still falling, still calling. God can still calling. Grace fine, still trying to get home. Lord, just get home. Grace on me, still running. Devil behind me, got it ahead of me. Just trying to get home, just trying to get home. Grace, always.
That's Running from the Devil, Easy on the Track. If you want to check him out, you can check him out on Spotify, Apple Music, all the places you get your tunes from. Check him out. You won't regret it.
You need to hear this if you're tired of mediocrity and ready to craft a life of purpose and abundance. Derick Gant is an Ohio-based financial expert, high-performance coach, and motivational speaker who's been empowering individuals worldwide for over 25 years. His secret, the transformative 24K life philosophy. Born and raised in Ohio, Derick's journey from personal challenges and financial struggles to becoming a leading voice in personal development is nothing short of inspirational. His message, resilience and self-empowerment. Derick's wisdom has been featured on CBS, NBC, ABC and Fox News, giving practical advice on financial growth and personal development. And his TEDx talks? Absolutely captivating, urging audiences to dream big and master their destinies. So, what's the 24K life philosophy all about? It's a holistic approach to success that balances financial well-being, physical health, mental sharpness, and spiritual fulfillment. It's about mastering your mind to achieve true freedom and exceptional outcomes. Derick offers a treasure of resources, including his best-selling book, The 24K Life Code, engaging videos and comprehensive programs. Whether it's financial literacy, goal setting, or overcoming adversity, he's got you covered. Countless individuals have transformed their lives with Derick's guidance, celebrating financial security, improved relationships, and personal growth. Derick Gant isn't just a performance and money coach. He's a catalyst for profound change. The 24K life philosophy lights the way for those ready to escape mediocrity and embrace a future brimming with possibilities. Ready to unlock your potential and design a life filled with purpose and joy? Text Derick at 419-972-1922 to schedule a time to monetize your magic. Start your transformation today.
419-972-1922. You can reach us. We'll be glad to help you. Hey, listen, if you want a free copy of the book, The 24K Life Code, The Only Difference Between Mediocrity and Greatness, it is a roadmap. It is a blueprint. It is not a documentary full of fluff and hot air. It is a book full of steps that you can take to improve your financial life, your mental life, your physical life, your spiritual life, Now listen to me very carefully. If you're not elevating yourself, mind, body, spirit, relationships, and your money, you're missing it. You can't be the goal if you're missing any one of those 5 core pillars of our foundational life. You got to do that. Listen, this episode, this show, today's broadcast, this Sunday, was brought to you by Amin Poet Production Company. Amin Poet, when sound is all you got, reach out to Amin Poet, AMINPOET.com. They will take care of you. Those weddings, those parties, those big events where you need a great sound, reach out to Amin Poet. That's all I got to say about it because they do the real thing. All right, so today we're talking about IBC, Infinite Banking Concepts, written by Nelson Nash in 1990. He came up with this idea, and he didn't come up with it, but he broadcasted it. So he gets to become the father of Be Your Own Banker. And you've seen entertainers. I have. Let me drop some game on you about being your own bank, and they talk about it, but they don't show you or tell you how to really get into it, and if it's truly for you, because it's not for everything. Everything is not for everybody. So what is for you? So we're going to get into that, but let me recap for those that are just joining the show. I'm Derick Gant, your host, 24K Life Show on Vibe106.com. Hey, listen, when you're ready, the answers are waiting for you. When you watch this show, we're here to give you those answers. Because let me tell you something, when you are in a position, when you're vibing, that's why they tell you like attracts like. Birds of a feather flock together. Poor birds don't flock with rich birds. The rich birds fly way too high for that. So let me help you fly a little higher. We're talking about being your own bank. That means you need to get your money right. That means that you got to get that whole life policy that we talked about. And we're not here selling insurance, right? We're here selling money concepts. And this happens to be one that you can use when you get your money right. You're not living check to check. You're not worried about the light bill, the gas bill, the electric bill. When you have a reserve and you know you can afford to go to the next level, this is one of those levels that you need to consider. And I'm going to tell you what order in a little bit. But for now, just know that being your own bank means that you're funding a life insurance policy, a whole life insurance policy with what they call a paid up additions rider. You can get a rider, you can get a child rider, you can get a cancer rider, you can get a disability rider, all on your life insurance policy. This is what they call a paid up additions rider. And you're going to get this policy. You're going to pay more for it than you should. But this is the part. If you want to be your own bank, you got to have some money. And this is what we're doing. We're going to start with the premiums of this policy. So you want to get the whole life policy. You want to get the one with the paid up additions. And you know that you can borrow against it. You're borrowing from yourself. They're going to charge you interest on the loan that you take from your own life insurance policy. And if something were to happen to you and you were to pass away, they just take that money out of the overall premiums. Out of the overall death benefit. So let's just say that you had a $500,000 policy with $200,000 of cash value and you borrowed $100,000. Okay, $500,000 death benefit. You had $200,000 in cash. You borrowed $100,000. So that means that if something were to happen to you, your family would get $400,000. The $500,000 minus the $100,000 that you've already taken out of the policy, as long as the policy is still active. So this is called a win-win-win-win. I mean, it's just win-win across the board. But you know, there's always some catch, and there's a couple catches that I want to bring you up to speed on. The first catch is that you have to have the premium. So if you go out and you've waited, right? You're 35, you're 40, and you've waited to get your insurance policy because you're older. The older you get, the more expensive insurance is. So this is really a young man's game. I'm not telling you if you're 40 or older that you can't do it. I'm just telling you it's better to do it from a young man's game perspective. So we're not talking about basics today. We've talked about basics before. We're not talking about getting out of debt today, which we will talk about next week because the numbers are getting astronomical about the number of debt that people are in. But we're going to save that. We're talking about being your own bank, how to create your own bank to become your own banker. You don't need to go over to Wells Fargo or Bank of America and get a loan. You can get a loan from yourself. You pay yourself the interest back, and you pay the loan back on your terms that you set, and you can keep borrowing as long as you have the cash value there to repay and to borrow again. So it's a system. So here's the deal. You're not going to have any money in value in this policy in the first 2 to 3 years. Because the way insurance works is that it doesn't accumulate real value because of the cost of the insurance is so high. It doesn't begin to build value for a few years. So this is not something that you would take and say, I'm going to buy this policy and I expect to be able to be my own bank, meaning borrow from it, next year or next month. This is a long-term, big idea, elitist play. This is how the rich get richer. They don't borrow everything from the banks. They tend to borrow from themselves, specifically when it comes to investing, which we'll talk about. So it's going to take you, the first 2 or 3 years are going to be really slow. Okay, you're going to pick up most of the momentum of being able to build cash value from years 5 to 10. Years 5 to 10. So this is why I say it's more of a young man's game. If you're 40 and it's going to take you 10 years to build up even a decent amount of revenue so that you can borrow against this, you're 50. And when you're 50, you should be getting closer to being financially secure, not looking to leverage. Hopefully you've already leveraged. And this is why I'm saying it's a young man's game. You still want to learn about the concept. You still want to apply the concept. You just want to understand that I'm talking about this concept to my 30-year-old son who already has his emergency fund money. He already has his spot. He already has his first investment. So now it's time to say, let's max out the 401k because that's always first. And then let's be your own bank with dollars above and beyond what you've maxed out. That's the first tax deferral is your 401k. So the first 2 to 3 years, not going to be a lot. 5 to 10 years, going to be a little bit more. And you can start to think about, man, maybe I can borrow against this policy. So the policy must be structured properly. Remember, a whole life policy with paid up additions. Okay. This is not something that you go do on the internet. You need to go get a licensed insurance professional that has I'm going to say the ability to look at a variety of whole life products. Because if you go to a firm that only sells their products, if you go to a firm like Nationwide or State Farm or, Century, they only sell their products. But if you go to a life insurance broker, he can look at 200 different types of contracts based on your age, based on your demographics, based on your life experience. Because they're going to ask you, do you jump out of planes? Do you race cars? They're going to ask you all kinds of things. Do you smoke? Give us your health. We need to take some blood and urine from you. What's your health history? So you need to get an insurance agent that has the ability to take a look across the board. So, hey, shout out to Devin James Gant. Yes, that name rings similar to mine, Derick Gant. Devin James Gant turned 30 today. I just told you, he's situated, he's set, he's ready to go. He's ready to be his own banker. He's ready to step into the next phase of his life, and I am here for all of it. So happy birthday, Devin. Happy birthday to all you July babies that are kicking out some serious Cancer vibes. What? I know there's some Leos towards the end of the month, but we want to, I'm a Cancer too, so we want to shout out to those Cancers that are loving the world, bringing the peace and the harmony. I know we're a little emotional, but you know what? We do it out of love. So let's finish talking about this. So you need to get a licensed insurance agent. I'm just telling you, you do it yourself, you're going to be upset because you're going to be down the road and there's not going to be enough value there for you to do that. There's going to be some health things that they're going to ask you. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. This is a big girl, a big boy play, and you want to make sure you can get a ticket in the game. So with that, I'm going to tell you the most interesting things you need to know about setting up your Be Your Own bank account and when and how to do it. But guess what? We're going to listen to that song about that 24K life.
I was broken spirit, now I walk in light. Hook in my left and peace in my right. Didn't chase the block, so I chased the word. Now my feet stay steady even when it hurts. I learned slow game, be fast, prime. Plant good seed, let the Lord provide. Clean hands, clear mind, I don't need the show. Heaven in my steps, watch the favor grow. He ordered my steps, in my table food. I say yes, 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 yes. Now I live by the rule. 24K life, 24K life. God's favor on me shining so bright. Golden mindset, I keep it right. Abundance on me, 24K life, 24K life, 24K life. Faith over fear, I sleep at night. I obey, He blessed, that's the drive. 24K life, 24K. I count my wins and wisdom, nothing changed. Not by what I wear, but the change in my veins. Discipline with them, I rise on time. Prayer on my tongue and no plan in my mind. I don't need a flex, but the world calls free. I'm free in my soul and the rest follow me. Bills get handled, doors swing wide. When I walk in purpose, grace takes the ride. He ordered my steps, make my table full. I say yes, 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 yes. Now I live by the rules. 24K life, 24K life. God's favor on me shining so bright. Golden mindset, I keep it right. Abundance on me, 24K life, 24K life, 24K life. Faith over fear, I sleep at night. I obey, He blessed, that's the drive. 24K life, 24K life. Not from the streets, but from the throne. Ooh. Built on the rock, I stand alone. Every closed door was a holy guide. Now I move with heaven on my side. 24K life, God's favor on me shining so bright. Golden mindset, I keep it right. Abundance on me, 24K life, 24K life, 24K life. Faith over fear, I sleep at night. I obey, He blessed, that's the drive. 24K life, 24K life.
Hey, that's 24K Life by Easy on the tracks. We love Easy, man. He is not playing around with the tunes. Listen to me very carefully. You need a theme song. You need a theme song. Come on now. I got mine, 24K Life. You need a theme song. I'm just telling you.
You need to watch this if you struggle with feeling stuck in life. I'll show you how to get the best version of yourself with the 24K Life Code. The 24K Life Code by Derick Gant isn't just a book, it's your blueprint to extraordinary living. Imagine understanding yourself so deeply that your goals, strengths, and passions become crystal clear. That's the power of. But knowing isn't enough. The next step? It's about turning those insights into deliberate moves that lead you to success. And guess what? It's not as hard as you think. Now let's talk mindset and replaces limiting beliefs with a focus on growth and prosperity. It's about seeing opportunities, not obstacles. Finally, we have. Align your daily activities with your true values and watch your life transform. The 24K Life Code is your map to financial stability and a life filled with purpose and abundance. Ready to live unapologetically and authentically? Your greatness awaits.
Hey, this is Derick Gant, your host on Vibe106.com, the 24K Life Show. Listen, everything that you need to figure out your personal finances is right here. the 24K Live Show on Vibe106.com. So today we are talking about how to build your own bank, how to be your own banker. Okay, it is the infinite banking concept. If you want to look it up for yourself, do a little bit of homework on it. Infinite banking. So here's the deal: you need a whole life policy. You need to be healthy because you got to get this policy. You got to load it with what we call paid up additions riders. And that's going to help the policy build cash value so much faster. So think about it this way. When you're buying insurance and you put $100 in it, $85 is going towards the cost of the insurance. $15 is going to the cost of the insurance company, so you're not building any cash. But over a period of time, the cost, even though it raises, the expenses come down. And as you put in overfunding it, you put more premium in as you buy more paid up additions, you don't have to pay for that insurance anymore. That insurance amount is paid up, which is why they call them paid up insurance additions. So I know it's a little complicated, but I'm going to give you an example that you can think about just to give you a vibe for what it really, really does and how it works. So we're going to take a 40-year-old healthy man, and we're going to say to him, hey, you're going to buy this policy. The policy is going to cost $1,000 a month. So he's going to pay $12,000 in this policy per year. The base premium of the policy is $4,000. So you're spending $12,000, but it actually is costing you $4,000. But you're buying the paid up additions with $8,000. So you're overfunding this policy and you're buying the additions. So here's what you can expect. Year one, you paid $12,000 in. It's $9,000 in value, and it's $400,000 of death benefit. So this person has bought a $400,000 policy, $1,000 a month, $12,000. In the first year, they got $9,000 in cash value. Okay, but you paid $12,000 in, so you're underwater. Year three, you've paid in $36,000. You have $31,000 of cash value, and you have $425,000 of death benefit. However, as far as you living and being your own bank, you're still underwater by $5,000. Now, if you pass away, you're ahead of the game because you got $425,000. Let's keep it going. Year five, you've paid in $60,000. Your cash value is $57,000. And your death benefit is $450,000. So now, year five, you're thinking to yourself, man, I need to replace my car. And you're going to get a modest car. You can get a $40,000 car. So you can go get a $40,000 loan from the bank and pay API, or you can go to your insurance policy and say, I want to borrow 40 from myself. There's 57 in there. That leaves 17. And I'm going to pay myself back in interest of 4-5% on whatever terms that I see fit. If I were you, I would pay them back as aggressively as I can so that you can take another loan in the future from yourself when and if you need it. But let's keep going. Year 10, $120,000 paid in. Now you're ahead of the game. The cash value is $140,000. The death benefit, $5.25. We're going to go to year 20. You've paid in $240,000. But the cash value, what you could borrow, $370,000. This is where being your own bank comes into play. So now you see earlier when I mentioned this is a young man's game, because if you start this process at 60, then you're going to be 75 before you get to those numbers. Okay? So you want to think about this, and you can do projections so you can see where you might be at. For 30 years, you have $360,000 that you paid in. You have $700,000 of cash value and just under $1 million of death benefit. This is where it gets really cool. But it took 30 years. Now, here's the point. You can spend more money buying more paid up additions and get there a lot faster. But my point to you in the beginning, it takes time and it takes money. Do you have $12,000 to put into an insurance policy per year? Most people don't. Most people don't have $500 in the savings account anywhere. That's why this is an elitist game. You got to get your money together. And this is why the wealthy, right, the entertainers that we talked about, the athletes that we talked about that are talking about putting you on game and be your own bank. This is why they can do it and you might not be able to. Hey, this is Derick Gant on Vibe106.com, the 24K Life Show. Hey, hit us up if you have any questions, 419-297-7772. I know that we got a request in from Karen. Okay, I see you, Karen. We're going to play your song. I see you sent it in. Supposed To by Joy Rose. We're going to play that. Don't worry, Karen. I got you. So you get to repay yourself on your own schedule, but you don't want to take advantage of it. You want to make sure you're paying at least what a normal car note would be so that you can pay that money back so much quicker, maybe even more. So here's what I wanted to share with you. Every major purchase that you can make in the first 20 years, if you let this accumulate, you can do it on your own from yourself if you never touch the money. And in every concept, there's some pros and there's some cons. And the cons in this particular deal is that it does take a while. You also have to get your money game together. You have to have your money facade on so that you can build cash faster. Do you have the time? When we come back, I'm going to show you what you need to do and in what order you need to do it to get this going, because it does work. And if you work it, it will work for you. Reach out, 419-972-1922 with your money questions. Happy to answer them. If you want to get a copy of the book, just hit me up. I will send you the code and the link to get your free copy of the 24K Life Code. It is definitely worth reading this summer while you have a little bit of extra time. Maybe you're chilling. It's Sunday afternoon. You can get a few chapters in. It's easy read, but it's a powerful read. One of those books that cost you nothing but will change the trajectory of your life. Here we go. This is for Karen. It is Supposed To, Joy Rose.
Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. I wake up with peace sitting soft on my chest. I don't chase the world, I just move how I'm led. I trust every step even when I can't see it. I know what is mine is already with me. Yeah, I pour into me like I'm sacred and whole. I honor my body, my mind, and my soul. I speak life in silence, I bloom in the dark. I follow the rhythm that lives in my heart. I don't rush the timing, I don't question flow. Wasn't meant to find me, already knows. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. I release control, let it go, let it hold me. I am safe, I am sure, I am right where I go to. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. I don't force a thing, I receive what is for me. I am light, I am love, I am all that I flow through. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. I move with intention, I speak what I need. I water my spirit, I plant every seed. I trust every no, I embrace every yes. I know every lesson is shaping my best. I let go of worry, it don't live in me. I'm choosing abundance, I'm choosing to be aligned with my purpose, I walk in my grace. I'm held in a love that won't ever be replaced. I know God is guiding each breath that I take, so I soften my hands, I don't have to change. I don't rush the timing, I don't question flow. What's meant to find me already knows. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. I release control, let it go. Let it hold me. I am safe, I am sure I am right where I go to. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. I don't feel something I receive. What is for me? I am light, I am love, I am all that I flow through. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. I've always been, I am the start, I am the end. Everything is working out exactly. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. Everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. I trust it. I feel it. I know it. I'm living it.
Do you hear that mantra? Everything works out for me in every way, every day, in every way. Everything works out for me. You need to tell yourself that. That's a mantra you should adopt. You could adopt. I know I've adopted it.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But a new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life, created by financial performance coach Derick Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindset, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
So we're talking about building and being your own bank. And I explained the whole process. I'm going to explain it really super quick for those that are just hopping on. It's when you take a whole life insurance policy with paid up additions, you overfund it, so you pay way more than you need to. In our example that we gave, the premium was 12. The cost was 4, but we were putting 12 in, so 8 were buying paid up additions. At the end of the first year, we had $9,000 of value, but we spent 12, so we were still underwater. So you buy the policy, you overfund it, you get the paid up additions, and then eventually over time you can borrow from yourself. If it doesn't sound familiar, it should. It's the same structure, not exactly, for your 401k plan. You put money in, hopefully the company matches, you can take a loan, you pay interest on that loan, but you're paying the interest back to yourself. But here's the difference. The big difference is that the 401k is investing in assets like stocks and bonds and different things. Insurance is investing in that one particular company's dividends. But the real difference, of course, is the payback. You don't get to set the terms on the payback amount of your 401k. They set them for you. If you don't pay it back, then they will accredit that to you as income for that particular year. And they also limit the amount of the loan up to 50% of the value of what's in your 401k. But man, think about this. If you truly wanted to be your own bank, wouldn't you start with both, right? Or at least start with the 401k because you get the employer match. And it's the easiest way for you to start without having to pay huge premiums. So here's the flow that I recommend on being your own bank. You need to, I was gonna say you should, you need to have an emergency fund. You need to be able to make sure you're paying all of your bills effortlessly. You have 2 to 3 months stacked up inside of an emergency fund that you just never touch. And then you begin to contribute to your 401k. So you have your personal savings. Now you're going to get to your 401k. You're going to max out, listen to me clearly, max out the 401. At the very minimum, you should take your 401k to the employer max, okay? If they're matching, whatever the maximum is they're matching, before you take any money outside. Now here's why. When you pay your insurance premiums to be your own bank, okay, your infinite banking concept, those are after-tax dollars. That means that if you take $1,000 on that example I gave you to pay that premium, and you actually had to earn 20% more on that $1,000, so you had to earn $1,300 because you had to pay federal and state taxes. So you spent 13 to invest 1,000 in the be your own bank. So it's better to max out your 401k, because if you put 1,000 in your 401k, guess what? It's 1,000. I'll say it again. If you invest 1,000 in your 401k straight out of your paycheck, you're investing 1,000. But if you want to pull that money outside of that 401k, outside of that retirement plan, then you have essentially taken a taxable amount, put it into a tax deferred vehicle, which is super cool once you've maxed out your 401k. So here's the flow: savings, emergency fund, taking care of your household, making sure you're debt free. Oh, I forgot debt free. Listen, so we're going to go backwards. You need to be able to pay your bills, have an emergency fund, be debt free. Because if you're paying a credit card company 22% on a credit card, and then you want to max out your 401k, you're still wasting money. You're not going to get a 22%, 29% return, which is what they're charging you on your credit card. You're not getting that money in your investment. You're not. You can't. That is an incredible. If you were getting 30% of your investment every year, you'd be on an island in Hawaii, okay, or own half of Hawaii. That doesn't happen. So let's not dream about it. Let's be about it. So if we want to be about it, we need to pay our bills with ease, have an emergency fund, get out of debt, max out the 401k, and then you can consider being your own bank. Most importantly, you've got to believe. You got to believe that you can be this person. You got to be able to see yourself as the person who builds his own or her own bank, because you can do it. There's nothing that can stop you if you put your mind to it and you put yourself in God's hands. I'm Derick Gant. This is the Vibe106.com, the 24K Life Show.
Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good just to be? Don't it feel good just to be in God's hands? Don't it feel good in God's hands? Knowing that you're standing in God's hands. Oh, I'm living in these moments that I pray for. Standing in the purpose I was made for. I'm just walking in the hands of the Lord. Give me more, give me more, give me more. You went undercover with your grace. Detective, how you found me in my shame, but you didn't give me over to my chain. You arrested me with love, and you sentenced me to change. Mugshot looking different, I'm amazed. And you pulled me out the grave that you found me in. If you had to run it back, you do it all again. Yeah, and I ain't stepping out. No, I'm locked in, and I ain't stressing out. Counted in his hands when they count me out. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good just to be? Don't it feel good just to be in God's hands? Don't it feel good in God's hands? Knowing that you're standing in God's hands. Oh, I just might scream. God's got his hands on me. Ain't no stains on me. Knowing that I'm covered by the blood, still so clean like dove. My Jireh provider, he's my Abba, my Father. I know that you're for me, yeah. I can go the distance when it's the both of us. So just to know this kind of love, it's the way that you found me in the dark. When I was lost, you brought me home. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good just to be? Don't it feel good just to be in God's hands? Don't it feel good in God's hands? Knowing that you're standing in God's hands.
Hey, run on, look, yeah. Don't it feel good? Living in his favor from the country to the hood. I don't want the paper when I got the holy book. Who'da thought that a crook like me would get courtside seats? Take a look, firm foundation, standing 10 toes. I can never be complacent. Skyline views when you coming from the basement. Got me like, ooh, going with the praise.
Don't it feel good? Don't it
don't it feel good just to be? Don't it feel good just to be, just to be, just to be in God's hands? Don't it feel good in God's hands? Knowing that you're standing in God's hands.
Hey, thanks for coming. This is Derick Gant, the 24K Life Show on Vibe 106.com.